The Lord's blessing and fortitude and endurance is with us, heart dwellers. I've had a few days of just feeling like I've been walking through molasses. It's just been so tough. And I know a few of you other folks have had that same issue. It just seems like there's some kind of mountain that we have to move just to walk forward. And it's been very dry and very laborious, very difficult. And the Lord addressed that today and gave us a promise of increase is on the way. So this is a happy message. He also explains the reasons for the dry, laborious part too. When we began after worship, I spoke to him and I said, "Oh Lord, I've grown weary." He replied, "I know you have, Claire. Just be patient with me." "Why, Lord, have I gotten this way?" "It is a trial of suspended grace, a time to press in without the perks, without the warm fuzzies, knowing that you are under my loving gaze, whether you feel it or not. You have been here many times before, my love, and we've made it through. You'll make it through this time, too. It's almost over. Do you know there are souls coming to me because of your sacrifice?" "I wouldn't be surprised. Lord, I know you make use of everything." "Well, there are. Don't be disheartened." Thank you, Lord, for telling me. What do you have for our heart dwellers today? "I am the Lord of increase. My brides, when I see how diligently you labor to fulfill my every wish, how can I not increase you in all the things that matter? Many of you have labored with little or no results. Much of what you shall be rewarded with remains hidden from you. However, the time is coming when increase will overtake you while you're running the race. I know some of you, including this precious bride, have grown weary and had to push themselves just to go on. I know the work seems overwhelming. I know the opposition you face better than you even know. And I know the weariness of body and soul, and it is time for blessings to overtake and rejuvenate you. I'm not blind to your struggles, dear ones. Have I not labored alongside you? I have many times lifted you up into my arms and carried you, just so you could keep going. But with each new grace and each new level, there are new trials designed to harden you off and give you the spiritual stamina necessary for what lies before you. Remember always that you do best in water over your head when you don't even know how to swim. I say this because I want you to rely totally on me and not size up the task before you, comparing it to your gifts. No, I would not open doors and give you increase if I were not standing by with all the graces you need to meet new challenges. Trust me with this. I want you to be excited with the work, but that's not always possible. Sometimes the work must become boring, without emotionality, and laborious. Sometimes it feels like a sprint as you cross the finish line in first place. Other times it feels like a trek across the Sahara as you barely make it over the finish line in last place. True, that is lackluster, but necessary, that you do not become attached to the work and begin to derive more pleasure and accomplishments than being in my presence. Do you know the dangers here? Yes, accomplishment becomes an addiction, a god, determining your self-worth in your eyes. You begin to wake up every morning to new challenges, rather than waking up to me. So these dry times are so very necessary to keep you detached and focused on pleasing me. What does it matter what you've accomplished if it has not made me happy with you? And what does it matter if you crawl across the finish line only to see my beaming smile focused on you in gratitude and appreciation that you ran the race for me with nothing else in mind? You see, your value is entirely determined by what is most precious, and that is my shed blood. Nothing in this universe has more value than that. No one can accomplish anything coming close to what was done on Calvary. And it was done for you. And it is your own possession, your very own possession. I want you to rest in that, not in what you accomplish. Yes, I want you to be happy and uplifted when you do for others in my place. I want you to receive the joy on that face because you went out of your way to honor them and do my will. That is a precious, precious reward, one that will be reviewed in heaven someday and give you great pleasure. But I do not want accomplishment to become a lifestyle, rather obedience, thanksgiving, and worship. These are the most highly valued virtues. Be encouraged. Increase is on the way, and once again you will find joy in the work that lies before you. I am with you in all things, and when you feel that you can't go on any further, that's when I lift you up into my arms and carry you across the finish line. Well, that certainly was a timely message from Jesus. I wanted to let you know that in the original 5-part series on the condition of the church, called Wounding Waters, some of my very first videos, there's a whole part there called The Goal-Driven Life, which really focuses on the evils of accomplishment and focusing on accomplishment. So if you're at all interested in following up on this message, that message goes into a lot more depth and detail, explaining what problems arise and how we can get off track with the Lord by being driven by our goals. The Lord bless you, Heart Dwellers. Thank you so much for tuning in.